and welcome back to SF Live. I'm your host, Myrna Lim. Tonight we have a special show. We're talking fashion. We have two young, beautiful, talented ladies in our show tonight. A fashion talent agent at a very young age, mind you, and a fashion designer. And we have a lot to show you. They have a lot to show you. For such young talents, they have catapulted themselves into an ever challenging fashion industry. Let's meet them, ladies and gentlemen. Rebecca Cahua and Esther Allen. Good evening, ladies, and how are you?
Good evening.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Well, thank you. Happy New
Okay,
Year.
let's start with the talent agent. You're sponsoring her show.
Yes.
Now, what is it about her that you say that made you decide, okay, I'm sponsoring that talent?
Well, to be honest, there's not that many young, fresh,
Mhm.
kind of talent that really want to go out there and do something and make a change.
Right.
And so our business is really oriented with charity and giving back. So once I heard her mission, I knew that this was kind of going to be a perfect marriage and perfect partnership for us,
Okay.
because her mission is very similar to ours, which is
Right.
giving back to the community.
That's great. Okay, now talk about it.
So I'm the CEO and founder of Designing a Difference, and Designing a Difference is a company that is based on helping designers
Right,
get out there. It's a really hard industry to be in, but also
right.
as doing that, we're helping charity. So we're going out and all the shows and all the proceeds go to charity. And we're
Uh-huh.
also promoting the sustainable attribute of being sustainable and eco-fashion friendly. And
Well, let's let's look at your page. Well, let's talk about this.
So what you're seeing here is some of the fashions and the models that have done.
You designed this yourselves, or?
this is one of my things that I'm working together as a group with numerous designers. So right now
Right.
there is 12 designers, and those
Uh-huh.
are them right there. And that was our fashion show last year. And this year we're actually joined together as Designing a Difference, and that is we're gonna have our first show February 4th.
Okay, and we have a flyer which we'll show
Yes.
later.
And so we came together and we're working to raise money for our school's fashion program, which lacks a lot of things, and we wanted to get together and give them some of the things that
Now, what school is that?
San Francisco State.
Oh, great. Yeah, my sister went there.
Yeah, and usually, the government cuts school. They cut
Oh
things
my
that
God, yes.
music, art, and fashion.
Right.
So, unfortunately, they don't have the materials or supplies that they need to even become fashion designers. And these
Right.
are our young talent that is really, they're designing the clothes for our future. So they definitely need supplies. And obviously, since she's going there, she wanted to get back to her school.
Exactly.
And
So how long is the fashion design program for SF Stage?
It's a 4-year. Well, it's a 4-year program to get your bachelor's. 2 years is focused on the major,
Right,
particularly. So.
right,
4-year
right.
program.
And you are now a senior.
I'm a senior. It's be my last semester there, so we'll be giving back to the students who are coming in. So hopefully the program continues strong and they'll be able to benefit from it more than we will.
That's very nice of you to do. Your professors must love you.
Well, yeah, they're supporting us. They're really supportive and they're excited, and they can't wait to see our collection for next show, because one of the things that we do is, as the 12 designers who are putting the show together,
Right.
we're collaborate on a collection together.
Uh-huh.
So we collaborate on a collection and we all decide to make one look for that collection.
Right.
And we'll be previewing that in the February 4th show. And that's going to be our debut show. And we're working with a lot of great sponsors. And it's just, everything's coming together really smooth. And we're so excited because it really is coming together well.
Great. So tell me, what made you start this how did you come up with this idea?
Well, the fashion industry, it's really competitive.
Right.
But one thing that we noticed was that we were all got along really well in our
Right.
program. There's a big group of designers and we got around really well. And we're like, I came up to me, I'm like, we have the power to come together and do
Right.
something with this
Right.
skill and do something positive with our skill
Right.
and make a change. So I'm like, let's do this. So I talked
Yeah.
to everybody. I talked to all, recruited everybody, and we just started. They all wanted to help, and now we're doing it. So it's pretty exciting.
Now, you have your own signature. Is that what it is? Is that what they call it?
she has her own signature style, for sure.
Yes.
You know, for most people, what do you call it? Oscar de la Renta. He has a certain style, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is his style?
My style is really very girly, always girly.
Right.
I personally wear a dress every day. So
Right.
that's one thing that contributes, really girly and really edgy, but sexy still at the same
Right,
time.
right.
And the good thing about her collaborating with all these designers is that there's a style for everyone. Everyone has a different signature.
Right.
There's men designers, people that design for children.
Right.
And there's something for everyone.
Right.
So that's one of the cool things about having them come together.
You're right.
Because usually the fashion industry is really catty and like she said, very hard to get into.
Oh, really?
It's
Yes.
if you don't fit that image of
Right.
what you're supposed to look like,
Yeah.
then you can't make it.
A lot of them are, I mean, of course, speaking from a layman, like, I picture them, they're so skinny, right? And there's always those stories about them of being anorexic and bulimic, right? I watch, what is it, the model show?
Project
Runway?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Once in a while. I mean, and they're just like, how many people can actually look like that?
Not that many.
Right?
And so
Yeah.
that's kind of what she's also trying to do is break the mold
Right.
and make people realize that there's all different shapes and sizes
Right.
and people out there.
Yeah, and being in the Bay Area is perfect. We have such a diverse group, and our designer group itself, we have people from China, we have like from everywhere. We have somebody from Canada, and it's like the models and everything we're trying to go for is very diverse, and that's one thing I love about being in the Bay Area.
Right. When I've seen some really fascinating designs when they sort of blend the East with the West, or different sort of cultural sort of patterns and colors and fabrics and stuff, and they merge that with the Western culture. Like I've seen, who is that model who wore this Chinese dress, but the tailor was cut more like a European cut, and it's really beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely about like taking inspiration from other cultures and bring it into our modern day look. That's
Right.
something that we're always looking for. So we're really excited to see what our collaboration for our show is going to be.
Right.
Right now, it's like something we came up with, but I'm going to keep it for the show.
So, I mean, to start as a fashion designer, did you think about that when you were a kid? Did you like how old were you when you thought, I'm going to be a fashion designer? Usually a lot of girls want to be the model, right?
Yeah. Well, it was something like I always liked it, but
Yeah.
I was always pushed away from it because they're like, "Oh, it's not a good industry to go into. You're not going to make money. And it's not a secure place to go." But during high school, like I was always like cutting up my clothes and making my clothes some way different than other people. And then
Right.
I was like, I'm just going to go for it. If I'm going to go to school, I have to do something that I love, and I know that's the only way I'm going to be able to finish. So I decided just to go for it. And
Well, I mean, next thing you know, you'll have a princess, one of the royal princesses, asking you to design their wedding dress, right?
yeah.
That's the goal, right?
Exactly. Sure, why not? Okay, let's talk about, fashion designers like Vera Wang and Valentino and Versace. I mean, how did these people get there? Do you want to be one of these people?
I do, but I don't want the fame so much because
Fame is with money, right?
Yes, but just the being in the public eye, I wouldn't want that too much. But just in general,
Well, Esther would be with you.
yeah, as long as she's with me, I'm okay.
So she get a cut of, but you're the agent.
Exactly. Business is business. No.
So how do they? I mean, these people, they have financiers, right? I mean, how do they get there?
They're connected. They're social people. They're people that know a lot of people, and they're constantly talking to other people. They never miss an opportunity to give a business card. They never miss opportunity to talk about themselves.
Right.
Those are the connectors, the doers.
Right.
And so, someone, just one person is all it takes to get,
So I mean, it's marketing, right? You mean it's just like you
Constantly.
have to market your website, and you have to talk to people, and you have to come to shows like this. Next thing you know, you'll be an Oprah show or Jay Leno's show, right?
Well, we were told you were the Oprah of the Bay Area.
Okay, all right, good. I would love that. I mean, things like that. So these Valentinos and these guys, are they mostly gays? I mean, is that are they the ones?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, the big ones. They is that like a little club that they help each other out? No, I mean,
Well, yeah, definitely when you're
They're the
in the
best ones,
club,
right?
you're, they'll help you out. If they
Right,
say,
right.
hey, I'm in the club and this is my friend, and they'll
Right,
bring
right,
you
right,
on
right,
board.
right.
I don't know their sexual orientation, but
Is it like a network?
There are different
No,
networks.
I love great. I mean, they have great friends, you know,
Yeah.
and so forth.
Yeah.
That they seem to like really flourish in the arts and entertainment
Yeah, I mean,
in Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something they work on constantly. They work with forecasters to see what's coming in, and it's just their
Exactly.
ideas. So blend it in. It's a lot of work.
And so when you try to pursue that, you know, like getting the big game, so to speak, do you have a plan, a business plan, so to speak?
Basically, my first plan was doing this, creating my own way.
Okay.
Because to try to get in, I didn't want to go to LA and try to get in like the millions of other people that try to do it. Go to New York, and I'm like, I'm staying right here in the Bay Area, and this is where I want to try to
Bay Area
pursue.
should be okay, right?
The Bay Area fashion industry is booming. It's like at the highest, and it's just getting more bigger and more popular. So
Right.
I'm just
Yeah, instead
excited.
of being a circle or a square, you be a triangle. I mean, you make your own way, and I think that's what gets respect and what makes people notice you.
Right, exactly.
So, I mean, and then attaching it to a charity, you want to be able to give back because people can really identify with that people
Exactly.
are innately
Good
charitable,
people, yeah.
good people, and they love when someone else is doing something good, and they want to acknowledge that.
Right.
And we had one of our sponsors that she actually got is the venue sponsor, the
Oh.
person, the African.
Okay, you have
a flyer, yes.
yeah, you have a fashion design show coming up.
Yeah.
Fashion show, right?
Yeah, so it's actually at the African American Art and Cultures Complex here on Fulton Street here in
Okay.
San Francisco. The venue sponsor, the CEO and president of the complex was so gracious, and she let Rebecca
Yes.
sponsor the venue no charge, and they actually do they have the similar message as well, where
Right.
they their mission is to help the community and let everybody know about the African American art and culture
Right.
in here in the Bay Area. So it's pretty
So,
awesome.
Yeah, we're so grateful for her giving us that venue, and we're excited. She's excited for the show. We're excited just to work together, and her allowing us. We're really excited.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
So we've been, doors keep opening, and it's just really exciting. Every day we have new sponsors, opportunities, and
Right.
I mean we're here with you. That came up just,
Right, right.
suddenly. And
Got a
it's just
website
great.
sponsor. Somebody sponsored making that website. We have some wine sponsors coming up the
Yes.
pike.
Maybe you can hook up with some venture capitalists.
We can only hope, right?
Well, you know, I met this lady. She's actually quite sweet. Joanna Reese. She's a
Okay.
venture capitalist, and
wow.
she ran for mayor.
Oh yeah.
And I interviewed her on the show.
Oh, well then there's the connection right there.
You never know. You may. I'll post this interview on the website. Maybe you can.
You'll email it to her. Huh?
We'll connect on Facebook, right? We'll connect on Facebook, and you show her this,
Exactly.
and then you post your work online and things. That would be great.
That would be awesome. Yeah, we could
Uh,
definitely. That's something we'll definitely do. Yeah.
That's awesome. So, are you professors very supportive? Not the California college system is very massive, and so there's some move to. The legislatures are trying to cut the salaries of the presidents, because after all,
I mean, we've seen
they don't
at
deserve
our,
it.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it at our school also when they're cutting like the part-time workers, like the
Exactly.
teachers, and it does affect the students. Our classes are really tight, and you can't add, and
Yeah, exactly.
and I mean, luckily the ones our main students and our main teachers in our program are really supportive of this, and they're really supportive of helping out and trying to get us to contact people that we might need help with.
Right.
They're excited too. And
Right.
I mean, we're I don't know if you heard of Connie Ulasowicz. She's like the person who's driving sustainability. She's like the leader in sustainability in the Bay Area. So she's really excited because we're also putting that attribute into our show and trying to have zero waste. All the shows that everything that we make is actually gonna we're gonna try to make zero waste by making accessories out of all the leftover scraps fabric. So we're gonna we're gonna be selling accessories at the show. So that's part of our sustainable attribute to it.
Okay, tell us the fashion show. Talk about the fashion show that's coming up.
Well, it's coming up in a couple weeks. It's
Right.
February 4th at 6 p.m.
Mhm.
at the African American Art and Culture Center. And
Tickets are on sale now.
Tickets,
Okay.
Pre-sale tickets are $10.
All right. That's good for a fashion show.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and we'll include complimentary beverage and hors d'oeuvres. So,
Wow.
music, fashion. You're
Wow.
hanging out with the models, and then after you can meet the designers themselves and the students and see who you're supporting,
Right.
and you're going to be in a beautiful venue. So, what more can you possibly want?
We're working on getting a live band also, so that's another thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how many dresses are you going to show? Or
Right now, there's 12 designers that are showing, and they
Wow.
each have a collection. It depends. Some vary from 5 outfits to,
Eight, just a little sneak peek of each person,
Right,
and what
right.
we're about in our style.
right. And then we're gonna hoping to incorporate the live music,
right.
but people from the Bay Area. So that we're all supporting local
mhm.
businesses. All our sponsors are local sponsors, although we are open to any kind of sponsor.
Right.
And the information to sponsors on the website. So if anybody is watching this and is interested in just sponsoring or even donating to the cause, there's information on the website that could lead them to there. We're also looking for interns, someone who could come and help and wants to learn about the fashion industry,
Right.
wants to know how to put a fashion show on. We're willing to teach them
Right.
and show them how they can do this on their own eventually one day, as well as models. We're doing model castings all over the Bay Area.
really?
So if anybody wants to try out, they could just go to the website, type in their information, send a picture, and then we call them in and see what they can do.
And then you can get coverage from Cosmopolitan magazine and Vogue and so on and so forth, right?
Exactly. Discover the next big Tyra Banks.
Oh my God! Did you send out press releases to the major
We have sent
magazines
a couple
and newspapers?
we have sent a couple press releases, the local ones.
Yeah.
And we're just, some of them have responded. We're waiting for responses. Mostly, people get back to us slower rather than
once they see
Yeah.
they see you and meet you and hear you, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's more of a meeting. They have to kind of get your passion.
Right,
'Cause
right.
In an email, it's just so one-toned.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to meet everyone one by one.
Now, the newspapers, do they still have a fashion sort of column? I remember the newspaper industry has changed so much.
Yeah.
I remember eons ago when there's fashion pages. Do they still have that?
They have fashion columns. They're called
Right.
Style Watches.
Right.
They're usually really small, but there's still people that are still interested.
Right.
So we're keeping those people happy.
Right.
By doing little shows and kind of. She also has a blog on her website.
Right.
But it's a photo inspiration blog, so every day she posts something to give you inspiration as a
Right.
designer and as a person.
Yeah.
So it's
Well, because mostly, like when I look at the newspapers, I see the society pages, and they have nice clothes and stuff. So it will be nice to have like the major Bay Area newspapers, the Chronicle, the Examiner, Bay Guardian. I think seems to be doing fine covering local talents, and then Bay News, and then so on and so forth.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the fashion industry in the Bay Area is, I feel like, really getting at that peak, and
Right.
they're it's really developing. That's why I want to come along and help that out and kind of merge with it and grow with them, and hopefully the Bay Area will be on the map one day as one of the fashion capitals.
And we
Should
definitely don't
be.
mind having allies in the newspaper industry. Of
Yeah.
course, who would say no to that?
Right,
If we were, if anyone from the Chronicle would say, "Hey, we'd love to
Yeah,
have
yeah.
them," we would give them complimentary media passes to the show.
Good,
They
good.
could have the full VIP experience.
And the kind of clothes that you will be showing, when you make them, they won't be the kind of clothes that you have to pay like $300 for, right? I mean,
No.
yeah.
That's
I
another
think the
thing.
first lady, Michelle Obama, is wearing clothes at what, $30 or something.
Exactly. She shops realistically.
There was a picture of her that they caught her shopping at Target.
Oh yeah, I remember. My mom told me about that.
Well, it's just curious. How did the whole world find out that she was there at that moment? Usually
Somebody was conveniently waiting.
Usually their calendars are booked. Reminds me of the Kardashians. Their mothers like some of the paparazzi. My daughter daughter's gonna be here and there.
Well,
You're gonna be-
they have obtainable clothing. It's clothing that real people wear.
Yeah,
it's
right,
clothing that you could purchase from the designer,
right.
you know, themselves, and it's not overpriced.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
One of the part of sustainability is also like we're all our goals is to actually manufacture the clothes in the city in the Bay Area.
Right.
A lot of people are
good.
doing
You'll be
that
creating
now.
jobs.
Exactly.
You'll be creating. You'll be helping the local economy.
Yeah, and just in general, just everything coming out of here, it's the best way to go.
Right.
They also use a lot of recycled fabrics, which is,
Okay.
you know, they use...
I love vintage clothes anyway. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, and then they have something that they call restyling, which is making another piece of clothing out of an original piece of clothing.
Right.
So they, you know, one of her dresses that I actually got a sneak peek of is actually made from another outfit.
Right,
So it was
right,
really...
Right.
Yeah, like I'm actually participating in the Discarded to Young fashion show.
Uh-huh.
And then we actually have to take something that was discarded and make it into something new.
Right.
So I took a curtain and made it into a dress.
Wow.
So that will be shown at the D. Young Museum.
That's like Gone with the Wind, Scarlett O'Hara.
And it was very similar to that.
She took the curtains. Right. I made a beautiful fancy dress out of it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. And that's actually going to be shown at the De Young Museum as a part of their fashion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that will be there. We're turning in Monday, actually, the garments, and then the show will be in April.
Wow. You're booking up quite a schedule there, huh?
It's busy. Very busy.
That's great. That's awesome. Well, as usual, we always run out of time. Ladies and gentlemen, please join these fine two ladies in their fashion show on February 4th at
The African American Art and Culture Complex in San
And-
Francisco.
It
Okay.
starts at 6 o'clock, and you can buy your tickets right now on the website at www.designingadifference.net.
Great. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for
you.
joining us again tonight. And drop us a line, email, and we'll see you again next time. This is Myrna Lim from SF Live. Good night.